Yeah, so dear participants of our summer school, we are really happy to see you at the second day of our summer school. And today is the day of working with network analysis tools. We already started yesterday working with Payek, right? But today you are going to learn how to work with two more programs. One of them is a Gephi program, and Tamara Shcheglova, our colleague from the laboratory and our doctoral student, she will make a workshop and tell you how to work with network data visualization in Gephi. So, Tamara, please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Daria. Hello, everyone. Unfortunately, I cannot see you, but I'm happy to see these numbers of people who are interested in network analysis and network visualization. I hope that this short workshop will help you to get acquainted with the program and to succeed in your future analysis and visualization of network data. So let's start with description of what Gephi is. Yeah, like the community of network researchers say that Gephi is like Photoshop for graphs because it allows to make really nice and beautiful visualizations. It has a lot of visualization options and some appearance design things and all that stuff. So that is why it's quite distinguished from the other tools that are more they were designed to the analysis, and this is more for visualization. But it still has some analytical tools inside it also. So today we will shortly look at some examples of Gephi visualizations. Then we will learn about the functionality of the program. We will try to draw our own like small networks from scratch without having any data. Also, we will try to open and to import different formats of network data in the program and to work with that. We will create and draw a network from text, very simple one. Also calculate some basic network statistics like degrees, centralities, density, modularity, maybe something else, we'll see. And we will try to transform the two-mode network into one-mode networks. I will tell you what two-mode network is and how it differs from one-mode network. And also we will try to install the different plugins for Gephi. There are a huge amount of different plugins which allows to make visualizations more advanced, to say, yeah, more personalized. But you need to find these plugins and to install, and I will show you how to do it so that you can do it by your own in future. So let's start with some visualizations. Gephi actually has a very big community on internet because it has its own forums, blogs, group on Facebook, which is unfortunately forbidden in Russia, but I hope that you can still find an access to it. In this community on the Facebook platform, they discussing different questions about the network visualization, about some Gephi bugs, problems, and people just giving advice to each other on how to proceed with visualizations. So these are some pictures that I found yesterday on that platform in the community. Yeah, here we can see, I guess it's social network analysis of COVID transmission. Yeah, so people found and visualized how it was transmitted in different, I guess it's cities, yeah, Indian cities. Also, some COVID visualizations of textual data, yeah, how people tweeted about it on Twitter, and which media sources posted some news about COVID. So here is the analysis of such networks. I believe you can find the details on this research in this group, or just by copying this picture and then finding it on internet with the help of picture finding. So I will not stop on the details of these visualizations. And yeah, this is a funny picture of how people find some structures in network structures. Yeah, so the visualizations looks like birds. So yeah, you can draw a variety of networks, and let's start with some of them. I put the workshop materials in the folder on Yandex Disk, so you can access it by putting this URL in the browser. It's tinyurl.com, Gephi 2023. So here are the files that we need for today, and so on. Also, a Gephi website where you can download and install the program for today. And the other, it's online tool for creating a network from text. It's a no-code tool because I don't know the background of our participants, so I prefer to choose that platform. However, it's much better to create networks from text like in Python or in R, because there you have a lot more options to work with that text. But still, so this is the links for today. I will probably also copy them in the chat right now, and we will move to the program itself. So few minutes for you to navigate through these links. And I will send the links right now in the chat. So the first link is for the materials. Second link is for Gephi website, where you can download the installation file. And the third link is for this online tool for creating a network from text. And I will also show you my screen again. Now you can see the whole screen of mine. So yeah, here is the files for today, some CSV files, some Gephi files. Then you go to the Gephi website. You can find the download file here. It works for Windows and for Mac operational systems the same way. I mean, you just need to pick which file you need to install. There should be no any problems in working with different operational systems. And yeah, I will also show you how you can get to some support and discussions about Gephi through this website. So you can ask a question by clicking here. There is a thread of different questions from other people. You can just find the questions from the list, or you can create your own question. Yeah. Also, here is a blog. Yeah. I believe here the developers of the program post the latest updates about the Gephi, some new tools that they add to the functionality and so on. So you can just look through it too. And also they have some wiki folder with some instructions, manuals, yes, links for communities. So you can just navigate through these websites later. And yeah, this is the link for the tool that we need to create a text from networks. I mean, a network from text. So yeah, I just looked at the chat. Okay. So I hope that everyone who are planning to work now with Gephi were able to install the program. If we'll have some issues, you can write. Maybe we can deal with that problem. Or otherwise, I probably start the workshop, start showing the Gephi and its functionality. So now I'm opening the Gephi program. And first, what we see is the welcome from Gephi. It suggests us to create a new project, to open the projects that were opened recently, or just files that were opened recently, or to work with some files that's like integrated into the program, and you can train on them. So let's firstly open one of these files just to show you how the program looks like and what function it has. So I opened the first one, which is less miserables. This is the network from the play Less Miserables. This is a network of characters of this play. And their connections means that two characters met at some place in the play. So the network is undirected because if two people, two characters met, it means that they equally see each other, yeah, equally communicate with each other, yeah, in that network. And we, yeah, create a new workspace, checking that everything is all right, no issues, no reports. So pressing OK. And here we see the network. It's already quite, looks quite nice because the developers worked with it. I'm just checking the chats. Somebody writes that they're surprised that the version is in Russian. Yeah, actually, it has the translation in several languages, and Russian is one of them. However, I prefer English one because in Russian there are some problems and like not everything translated correctly. So I prefer to use the English version. So how Gephi is organized? Yeah, it has 3 tabs, which is Overview, Data Laboratory, and Preview tab. Now we are in the Overview tab. We can see our network visually. We can, if we press this hand, yeah, we can press on our nodes and move them, yeah, if we don't like the place where they're situated. We can, for instance, pick this rectangle selection, yeah, and to like do like this, press the right button, and for instance, copy it to a new workspace. Go to a new workspace, and all our selected nodes will be here, and we can work with them separately from the whole network, yeah. And we can have just this direct selection, which only show us the connections of the nodes, yeah. They are more, they has more bright color, yeah, with light colored, light contrast. This node does not have connections. So this is how it works. Here also we can, for instance, create a new node if we need, yeah, by clicking this node pencil and just put in with clicking left mouse, new nodes, yeah. We don't need them now, but we can just try how how this works. And we can create an edges between these nodes. Yeah. Here we see that the type is undirected, so we create undirected edges like this. If we need directed edges, we switch the type and like this, drawing it. And now if we go closer by clicking the circle on your mouse, or just not pressing, but putting 2 fingers on the touchpad and moving up or down, we can like zoom in, zoom out. So yeah, if we zoom in, we see that the last edge that we draw was directed. It's an arc, yeah, because it has direction. The others are just the edges that doesn't have directions. So yeah, that was the short demonstration of how you can create your own network if you does not have any data here. And just like that, by picking the rectangle selection and picking these nodes, pressing right button, you can delete them so that they did not like mess with the other network. So what options we have in the overview tab? We can work with appearance of our nodes. We can change the color. We can, for instance, color everything in one color. Here, here is the gray color by like from the program suggests us to color it in that way. But we can click on it and choose the color we would like. For instance, the purple one, and color everything in one color. Or we can do the partition and choose an attribute. Here we have an attribute already in the data. I will show you later how you can calculate it by yourself, or to add some attributes, yeah. But here we already have a modularity class, which is the different clusters of the network that we can color differently. And just applying that, everything get back to the previous version, yeah. We also can color by, so to say, degree, for instance, and the color will be like that. The node which has the maximum degree, I mean the connections with the other nodes, yeah, that what degree is. The more bright color it will have. The less connections with the others the node has, the less contrast the color is. So let's get back to the modularity coloring. I like it mostly. We can also change the color of the edges, yeah, if we switch to that button. Now we have colors that colors of the edges is something in the middle between the colors of the nodes. For instance, this blue color is connected with the purple one, and the edge color is something in between. If we want the unique and so to say uniform color for all edges, we can just apply this gray color and have that picture. And we can also work with the sizes of the nodes. If we go back to the nodes button and pick this size button, we can also create either unique colors by applying this number, or also create some ranking, choose an attribute which is degree, and change a little bit the sizes and apply it. So that was the original version. Unfortunately, we cannot vary the sizes of the edges here, but we can make it a bit more thick or otherwise, yeah, by moving this slider on the bottom. So the more is the width, the more connections. The more is the width, the more often these two characters met on in some chapters in this play. So yeah, let's put it somewhere here. And now we cannot see the labels. Yeah, who are these nodes? By clicking on that T button, we can like have our labels on. But now the size is too big. That's why that is why we can also like move this slider and to make it more readable. Yeah. So that was appearance box. The next box in this tab is layout. Layout is the how to say it, this is how our nodes are placed on our picture. For instance, we can pick that one and just press run. Maybe make it a little bit bigger, the distance between them, yeah, and see at what we get. So the repulsion strands became bigger, and our nodes, the distance between our nodes also increased. We can choose any other layout options, read about them before applying, yeah. For instance, Force Atlas makes graphs more compact, readable, and control authorities more central than hubs. Yeah, so let's try that one. But unfortunately, the repulsion strands is quite small here. And that is why we, by few experiments, yeah, finding the optimal way to visualize it. And you can just play with the other layouts to see how they work. One helpful layout is also no overlap. Now we see that some nodes overlap with each other, and by applying this layout, we can do just like that. And also, if we make the size of our nodes, of our labels, a little bit bigger, we also see that some labels overlap with each other. We also have a special layout for that case, means label adjust. And just by running it, we deal with that problem of overlapping labels. And the third box in this tab that is useful for us is filters. We can filter nodes by attributes, we can filter the edges, and that is more often case when we filter the edges of our nodes. Let's try to do that. If we like put this edge weight to the queries, we see some distribution of the weights of the edges between our nodes. So the minimum is 1, the maximum is 31. If we place our the slider somewhere in the middle and press filter, we see that 15 and more times that these characters met. It's only relevant for just the core, the main characters, I guess, yeah. All others are like secondary characters. And by moving the slider back to the minimum edge weight, we can see how these links are being drawn. Yeah. So that's how it works. Also, we have the statistics. We have the average degree statistics. This is the number of connections to the others, and here we calculated the mean average degree. We can calculate the network diameter, which are different centralities between a centrality, which shows it measures how often a node appears on the shortest path between the other nodes in the network. The closeness centrality, it shows the average distance from the given nodes to the other nodes in the network. And the eccentricity, this is the distance from the given node to the farthest node from it in the network. So we can normalize our centralities in order they will be measured from 0 to 1. And I think it's better if we want to compare some different networks. Yeah, we should normalize our centralities. Here, the quick report. We can calculate the graph density, which means how many edges our network has in comparison to how many it could potentially have, depending on the size of our network. And the density is quite low because not everybody is connected to everybody. We also have some other centralities like page rank and so on. We can calculate the connected components, and here it will be just one connected component because from each node in our network, we can get to any other. There are no isolates. And we can calculate the modularity, which is to say the index, which shows how good our network can be clustered. Yeah, and the modularity here is quite high because for a real network, it's more than 0.5. It's quite, the clusters are quite clear in our network. And the number of communities here is 6. 6 colors, I guess, yeah, which we have. Yeah, so we calculated a lot of statistics, but saw only short reports. But now if we go to data laboratory, yeah, we can see all statistics for each node that we calculated. Yeah, the modularity class, yeah, which cluster this character is referred to, the degrees, the eccentricity, closeness, betweenness, yeah, and component. We have only one component, that is why 0 is everywhere. So this is the nodes table. So we have the nodes ID, node label, and all that statistics. We can filter, not filter, how to say, like place them in different sequences by sort. Yes, thank you, Daria. Sorting, yeah, by different like indices that we calculated, yeah, like that, or just by alphabet. And we have edges table, which is the connection of nodes. Yeah, we see that the source node is 1 and the target node is 0. If we look back at the nodes table and do it like that, yeah, we see that the 1 is Napoleon and 0 is Miro. It means that they have an edge between each other, and the weight of this edge is 1. If we sort by weight and look at the maximum weight, we see that the source is 26 and the target is 11. And we can look to 26 is Cosetta and 11 is Valjean. So they have the maximum number of intersections in the play. So basically, this is the table with all statistics. We can export it if we need, yeah, in CSV format. Or we can import here more data by clicking the import spreadsheet, but we will work with that later. And the third tab in Gephi is preview. This is the final step of our visualization. It's like the rendering of the picture that will be downloaded, exported from the program. If we press here refresh, we see already the more beautiful picture than here, because here everything is a bit like straight. Yeah, and here it's some additional appearance options were applied by default. If we doesn't like these curved lines, we can just press default straight and it will be just as it was on our picture. Here we can also play with the sizes of the labels and make them smaller, or maybe even not proportional to the size of the node. That is why, yeah, it will be much too small. Let's put 48, for example. No, it's too big. 36, yeah, now let's put it like this. So that all the labels will be the same size. And now I think that we can create, we can make the opacity of our nodes smaller, like half, because we cannot read the labels with a 100% opacity. So we make it smaller, yeah, and now it's quite readable. So here we just work with some other visualization stuff, can create more thicker edges and so on, and see the final picture that will be downloaded, will be exported from the program. To export our picture, we go to this button, SVG, PFD, and PNG. Click the options. Here I already placed like 500 pixels to 500 pixels. You can like input your own number, but the bigger number is, the more clear and readable picture will be in the end. Also, also you can click at the here on the transparent background, and in that case your picture will not have the background, and you can place it on any colored background without yeah, I mean, it's just good for visualizations. Yeah, you can put it in your presentation. And pressing OK, and pressing like something save. So that picture will be saved to your computer, to your folder where you place it. Okay, so now let's experiment with some other networks, yeah, because that network can be found in Gephi, and I will show you some networks that that cannot be found on the internet. However, now you have the folder. So let's create a new workspace by clicking on the workspace button in the up, yeah, and clicking new. And we have here, yeah, the new workspace 3. Yeah, we can change the workspace name. Now we're going to work with, I think we will try to open two-mode network. That's why let's call it students. I will show you. And before we open it, we will install the plugin that will allow us to work with two-mode networks in that program. To install plugins, we go to the Tools button in the Up menu, then press Plugins, and go to the Available Plugins section. Here we can sort by name, by alphabet. And as far as I already have this plugin installed, I will find it here, but you should search for it in the available plugins. This plugin called Multimode Network Transformation. We can read about this plugin here. This plugin allows multimode network projection. You can project your bipartite, in other words, two-mode graph, to monopartite or one-mode graph. So this is just this plugin that allows to work with that. You can also see a pretty big amount of other plugins, which allows to add different layouts, because we have only the basics here. But if you sort by category, you can see that there is other plugins for layouts available. But for now, we need multimode networks transformation plugin. Press on the select and install. I already have it installed. That's why I will not press uninstall. And after you install the plugin, it will suggest you to reopen the program, and you should do that in order that plugin will work. So before closing the program, before reopening it, you should save the project. It will suggest you to do that. So you're saving your projects like that. Okay, and open it again. It should open in exactly the same way. Like you left it. All the workspaces should be on their places. And our new workspace that we created, it's here. It's empty now because we have not uploaded here any data. So let's do it. Go to File, Open, and in our Yandex folder, we have some files. And now we need this students file. Press Open. Okay, save the project, and they will reopen. I reopen it. One more time, probably open. Still some issues in working with different files, so I'll probably just close the Gephi and open it one more time. It should help. If we have some issues, just save the project you're working with if you don't want to lose anything, and open Gephi one more time. And I will close this and open students Gephi. Now it no. Okay. It already has some appearance stuff here. Maybe it's just my file and yours should be fine. Anyway, we need that network. So here we see some university subjects like sociology, economics, philosophy, literature, English, programming, data analytics, chemistry, and people. People are students who go to different courses, and here we see the connections between people and students, and courses that they are taking. So no connections between students and no connections between different subjects, only connections between students and subjects. We can look at this file in a table view, yeah, and also we see here the categorization, like we have students and we have courses. And if we look at edges, we see that unfortunately we don't see here the labels. That's why it's not quite clear what is connected to what. So let's get back to overview table, overview tab, and let's apply the different colors to students and to subjects. By clicking on nodes and color partition, we can choose the type, yeah, choose different colors for courses and for students, and click and apply. Now we see this difference, yeah, we see where are the subjects and where are the students. But if we want to go from this two-mode network where we have different types of the nodes, yeah, like subjects and people, we can apply this multimode transformation plugin, which should be here in the right menu, near with statistics and filters. It's multimode network transformation. So we will apply this plugin to our network. But before we do it, we just choose all nodes, press the right button on our mouse or on our touchpad, clicking two fingers on the touchpad, and copy this network to a new workspace and go to that workspace. I did this in order not to lose the original network after we apply some, apply this plugin. I will return the names of our nodes, and in that plugin here, yeah, I will like that. I will press the button called Load Attributes, and from attribute type, I choose type. Yeah, here we see a left matrix and right matrix, and here I will pick student course, and in the right matrix it should be like in the opposite, course student. Yeah, it were chosen automatically, but if it were not, you should choose it yourself. And we press remove nodes because we would like to create a new network from nodes of only one type. And after that, we press run. Yeah, now all courses nodes were deleted and only student names were left. What we see from that network, yeah, we see that Alan, Rick, and Nick goes to the pretty the same amount, not amount, but pretty the same courses, which means that they are equal at some point. Yeah, they are close to each other. The others also met with each other on other courses, but not as often as Alan, Nick, and Rick at theirs. And going back to the workspace one, somehow it's in Russian here because originally maybe the file was in Russian and it just saved in that way. And by copying it again, just don't want to lose the original network, and copying it to new workspace 6. Yeah, we will do nearly the same techniques, but we'll change a little bit here. So load attributes again, like names, like labels. Yeah, attribute type type, and left matrix will be course student, and here student course, yeah, the opposite. Here, yeah, I'm picking the remove nodes and run. Now all students are left and only subjects, only courses are here. So what we can say from this picture, yeah, if it was a real situation, yeah, we can say that these courses represent some university program, maybe, yeah, because all people they are connecting in the way that several students go to all of them, yeah. That's why programming, math, chemistry, data analytics, and English, it could be something like bioinformatics or something like that, yeah. Here we see history, literature, and philosophy. Yeah, they're in the other cluster, not so popular because the connections are like not so have a very little width. Yeah, but still they represent some other university program. And English, economics, sociology, yeah, this is the third one, not probably the full, yeah, but just a part of it. But anyway, we can look at that picture and see that we see different university programs by how people go into the courses. So that is how normally we work with two-mode networks. We transform them in one-mode networks and analyze separately. So I will just check the chart. Is there a way to go back when I made any changes that I don't need? Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, that is the specific of the Gephi, that if you want to save some network the way it was, you'd better make a copy and work with a copy, and the original network will be like original. Or you can just save the project before experimenting, and if the experiment did not succeed, yeah, you can just open the previous version and continue working with that. So yeah, that's why I made these copies of workspace. Okay. Any questions? Unfortunately, I cannot check the YouTube questions, but if anybody has questions here, you can ask, or we can move to the next network. I can show you one more thing here. Yeah. We see, I will put filters here. Yeah. We see that the English language has some edge. It's an arc, actually, which goes from English to English itself. It's called loop. Yeah, when the node is connected to itself. As far as this network were created from draft, yeah, from scratch, it was like placed here by mistake, and we can filter it. We can go to edges in filters, self loop, yeah, it's here, and put here filter, and now the loop is gone. Yeah, that this is how we can like get rid of the loops if we don't need them, and in most cases we don't need them. So yeah, we can calculate all these statistics for our network in the statistic menu, like we did for less miserables network. We can apply these. Let's calculate, for instance, let's go to workspace with students, yeah, and for instance, calculate the degree, and then apply this matrix to the size, yeah, ranking, degree, put a little bigger sizes for the nodes and press. Oh, they nearly have the same degree because they have the equal connections to the others. We'd better calculate it for subjects, yeah, average degree and ranking the degree like that. Yeah, here we see the difference, but I need to put a little bigger sizes. So yeah, obviously the English is in the middle. It has the biggest number of connections to the others, and all others here are a bit bigger than these ones, and these are the smallest sizes. And see other questions in the chat. Why should have two networks? Why not a bipartite graph with left students and right subjects? Yeah, we can left this graph and analyze it, but in network analysis, I don't know, it's a rule kind of, yeah. If you need to calculate any statistics or something, you should create a one-mode network and work with that. But for visualization, yeah, you can left this one because it's also quite visually understandable what's going on here. However, if the network is a much bigger size, I think it should be definitely separated into two one-mode networks in order to analyze it properly. Okay, thank you for your questions. I hope that you're also able to work in Gephi and also try some functions of it. Okay, so we've tried something. Let's move to the next example. That will be examples with the network of countries. And to work with it, we need two more plugins. And let's install them first and then reopen the program. I have them in the installed section. You have them in the available plugin section. So yeah, sorting by name. They called, I will show you. They called GeoLayout. This plugin allows to display graph with geo-coded attributes. If we have geodata like countries connections or cities connections or something like that, we know the latitude and longitude of the cities or the countries, the middle of the countries, and we can also apply this data to our visualization of the network. Yeah, we will try to do that. That's why we click select in front of this plugin. And the other plugin is map of countries. This is the background for visualization, which plays the map on the back. And yeah, you press here and install these two plugins. After installation, yeah, you may save the project, you may not save the project, but still you open the Gephi again in order these plugins were applied. So, and I'm also reopening the Gephi so that it has everything like new here. And I'm going to file. No, I'm not going to file because it's the other way to open these files. Can you repeat the names of the plugins we need? Sure, I'll show you again. Such plugins, I have them installed, sort by name, and GeoLayout, the plugin which displays the graph based on geocoded attributes, and map of countries, which allows to display a map of countries, world regions, and regions within countries that we can place on the background. Yeah. Okay. We'll try to be not so fast in order you have time to install these plugins and open Gephi again. But I will probably slowly go to data laboratory, create new project, because when I opened the Gephi again, it was empty inside. And in order to work with it, I created the project. And go to data laboratory. And here we have the button import spreadsheet. So I press import spreadsheet. It allows to import CSV files. And in your Yandex folder, you have two files, which is digital countries matrix and digital countries nodes. Let's start with, so we need both of these files to open the network, but let's start from the first one, the nodes. So I just click open. And in that file, CSV file, yeah, we have ID, we have label, which are here exactly the same. In previous networks, we have ID in numerical form and label in normal form, yeah. And here we have just the same IDs and same labels. And also we have two, how to say, two columns with latitude data and longitude data. It's the coordinates of the country or the center of the country, because, yeah, if we look at Russia or Australia, the countries are quite big, yeah, and just one dot cannot represent the place of the country. So it's the center, this latitude and longitude, these are centers of the countries. Yeah, we see that the file was read by the program correctly, because every column is okay. But if it was not correctly, yeah, we can just choose the right format and the right separator. Yeah, if we have something like that, we just click on semicolon or any other separators that are in your files, choosing the right char set. Yeah, so if everything's good, we just click in next. Here we also not changing nothing and going next. Here we switch to append to existing workspace, because we don't want to create a new workspace. We have already a new one. We can no, we cannot change anything here because it's for nodes. It's not relevant. Yeah, it can be mixed. And pressing OK.
Can you please show how to do it again?
Yeah, sure. So going to import spreadsheet, picking the file, picking the open button, then checking that everything is okay. Is the right separator were chosen? By default, it was chosen a semicolon, which is right for that file. If the right type of data were chosen, yeah, it was chosen node table, because we are importing nodes now, and also was right. And the char set was UTF-8, it's also okay. So I'm not changing anything here. I just show you that it could be written in the incorrect way, but everything is fine. Then press next. Here, just checking that everything is read correctly, and picking finish. Here, I just switched this button because I want the data to be added to the same workspace that I already opened, because it's new. If I was working in any other workspace, I would place new workspace in order it created a new one and not adding this data to the workspace I already works in. So not changing anything here, yeah, but may change that one if you like. And here it's not applicable to nodes, yeah, because nodes does not have direction and direction, so I am not changing anything here. And okay, pressing okay. I actually I think that I doubled my data. No, because no, it's fine. It's fine because I open it, import it twice, but I think they just not doubled. That's good. And here we have only nodes, no edges here. And to add edges, yeah, we go to import spreadsheet, and we have a matrix here. We can have an edge columns, but we can have matrices. These are already possible. Yeah, the matrix is the way when connection represented in such a format. Yeah, where we see the nodes in rows and columns, and in the intersection the weight of the connection between them. Yeah, so here very sparse connections, but still we have some numbers on the diagonal and somewhere in between. And again, our data was read in the right format, yeah, with the right separator, with the right format, yeah, it's a matrix, and with right char set. So I'm just checking, clicking next, and pressing finish. And here we have, yeah, the program itself asks us, is it directed? Because I think that it is. And yeah, the network is directed. That's why I'm not changing here anything. And here it's crucial to change to append to existing workspace, because we already imported our nodes to the workspace, and we want these edges, yeah, this matrix, to be added to the same workspace. That's why here on the second step, on the second import, it's crucial to switch to that button and press OK.
Excuse me. So yeah. I made it this way that I imported both at the same time, and I have either append to existing workplace or merge into new workspace or create multiple workspaces. So do I still choose append?
I think you just need to go to the first workspace where you imported the nodes, and import again the matrix and add it to that workspace. I'm not sure if you can just add it like that by clicking to workspaces and press merge. If you find this option, you can do that, but I suggest you just to go back to the workspace with nodes and import the matrix, the edges again. Okay?
Okay,
Sorry.
thank you.
Sorry, I don't have any problems with opening matrix, but still I don't know why, but I have problems with opening nodes file, because when I choose a semicolon as separated, nodes table, UTF-8, but view is still blank. Why might it happen?
So here everything is blank, yeah? And it's no table here. So can you check the file?
Okay, I will.
In CSV or in Excel to just look if everything's fine. Or maybe you can just try other separators, maybe, but it will be different, strange, yeah, because if you work with the files from Yandex folder, they should be the same for everyone. But still, yeah, you can just try something here differently.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, and one more question in the chat. So Sarah had the same problem and she dealt with it. Good. Okay, so we now have table with nodes, table with edges, weights of our edges, and we can go to Overview tab and see a not very nice picture for now. Let's firstly add the labels by clicking this T button and make the labels a bit smaller by scrolling this slider here. What is this network? Actually, I'd advise you to look at it as a training network because these are the results of experiments with analyzing the network of countries in so the small annotation, yeah, abstract of this experimental research. So I was trying to analyze how developed countries in digital education are, and on what countries the others should probably refer or look at their experience, because they succeed in what they're doing, having their background and so on. So I will just explain it again, how you made a picture from data. Was it the question for, you mean from data laboratory? I press overview button. Yeah, and it just, yeah. Okay, good.
And sorry, can you show once again, please, how to have writings and names?
Names are here. It's T button in the bottom of this workspace. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if they are too big, you can just scroll the slider and to change the size of the labels. So again, I will try to explain what this network means. But before that, I will probably choose a different layout in order to make it more clear. So I will do like this. So we have some isolates in this network. I will explain what it means. And maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah. Yeah, let's stop here. Now it's quite clear, but edges will make, yeah, I like this visualization more because it's more readable. So that was analysis of digitalization of education in different countries. And each country has its own background, like somebody has, well, they have their own educational systems, they have different digitalization infrastructure in schools, and so on and so forth. So several factors were taken into account. And some countries use what they have more effectively than the others. For example, others have more potential, but they did not use it like to the fullest. And that was experiment to analyze, that was data development analysis. I'm not going into details of this analysis. I'm sure if you are interested in it, you can maybe just go to our master's program where our instructors will teach you how to do it. Yeah, but the idea of this analysis is to show on which other nodes the ones should refer in order to be as effective as they are. For example, here we see the arcs, yeah, from Denmark to Norway to Hong Kong and to Sweden. It means that Denmark should look at Sweden experience in digital education, something, in order to be such effective as Sweden and as Norway and as Hong Kong. So these are the countries of Denmark should refer to, should look at their experience. If we like move somewhere here, yeah, we can see that North Macedonia, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, yeah, it should look at the Azerbaijan experience, to Georgia experience, and to Czech Republic experience, because for this country, these countries are the best examples, yeah. We can question this analysis, yeah, because it may be not so correct, but like I said, I'd advise you to look at this network as an experimental one. And let's do that, yeah. What we have here, what we can do, yeah. First of all, we can create some communities of some clusters in our network, yeah, by going to statistics menu and calculating modularity. Pressing OK, here close, and go to colors, press partition, and where is our edge? It's it should be nodes here, not edges, yeah. Color, partition, and modularity class, yeah, and apply. Apply. Doesn't want to apply. Why? It applied only the number of, only the sizes of our nodes are too small. Let's change them. Go to this size menu, and let's also calculate the degree, yeah, and make the size variable ranking from the degree. And here we have not only just overall degree, but we also have in degree, out degree, because we have the direction in our network. So let's put in degree as the ranking index. And the sizes will be, let's try that, maybe a bit bigger. So yeah, here we see that the bigger nodes means that that these countries are examples for many others, yeah. And small countries like Denmark is for nobody, yeah. And we also have isolates in our network, yeah. It means that these countries are just good as they are. They don't have to look at any others' experience because they are quite effective by themselves. Yeah, that was experimental results. So, and also we have some loops here, yeah, where the country should look at itself. We can just filter it by going to filters, to edges, and to self loop here, and press filter, so we don't have loops anymore. And why we installed these geographical plugins like map of countries and geocode or geolayout, yeah, it's because when we have geographical data, we can make a layout with it. And now we go to layouts menu and pick the geo layout. And here we see that latitude, understand that lat is the table for latitude, and for longitude we pick it by ourselves. The projection of the map, yeah, it has different projections. The popular one, I don't know, yeah, is Mercator projection. So we're staying here, not changing anything, and press run. And now we see that the countries are placed on where they situated on the country on the map, yeah. So here we see Canada, United States. We also see some issues here because we see Georgia, because in our data, yeah, we added this latitude and longitude automatically, and the geographical data for Georgia probably were found like the state, or yeah, it's a state in America, I think. So and North Macedonia is also somewhere here, but these are definitely not the case. But some other countries, I think that they are on their normal ways here. China, Japan, Korea, Philippines, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand. Yeah, everything's fine. So just in the real data, we will change the latitude and longitude for Georgia and North Macedonia in order everything will be fine. And to make this map more real, we go to layout map of countries and pressing run. And voila, not quite how to say precise, yeah, but let me just do a GL layout again. No. Okay, map of countries.
I have the same issue.
The same issue, like it's not on where it should be, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can just play a little bit with the sizes and probably change. Yeah, still has some bugs. Longitude here. Yeah, now it's fine. I just, it's applying different layouts several times, not forgetting to pick the longitude here, and everything works, yeah? This is how sometimes programs work. Yeah, thanks. I also like these layouts. And Z had 0 degree. Here in the New Zealand, 0 degree. Sorry, somebody want to call me. So yeah, New Zealand has 0 degree because it has no connection. But like I told you, my analysis was just a quick experiment with probably wrong number of factors that I applied to a model. That's why it looks like that. But I believe that in real data and real analysis, everything will be fine. Yeah, I like that you like that visualizations because it's quite advanced thing for Gephi. Yeah, because we installed the special plugin, and we can go to preview tab and press refresh and work with the final rendering by making it more beautiful, working with some thickness, sizes, fonts, and so on. Yeah, it takes some time to make the picture like as the final render, so you can just experiment by yourself later. Yeah, so again, if we want to export this picture when we made a final rendering, we just go to export SVG, checking the options, is everything's fine, and just saving our picture. Okay, so now we are left with 10 minutes for the final experiment with working with Gephi, which will be with text. So what I did, I went to our laboratory website. I just copied the description about us, like who we are, what we do, and put it in the file which called ANR-Lab description. Yeah, so you can, if you don't want to copy it right now, you can just go to the folder and took the file. If you would like to experiment with your own textual data, you can just create a TXT file with your own text inside. Then we go to this website, no code functions. Yeah, you can read about, I think, the developers and who created it in the bottom. Yeah, but here we see several functions that are available. And for us, I think that transform to text into networks is relevant. Yeah, let's switch to Russian. I will switch it to English back. And here we like importing the files. Yeah, open a file, choose TXT file or PDF file. I choose this TXT file with the description of our lab and press upload. I think it's uploaded. Then we press read the data in the files. It has read it, and it's separated it by different like parts. I forgot how they call paragraphs. Yeah, by the paragraphs. And yeah, so everything is fine. And pressing compute. It asks us to pick the language in which the text it's in English, so we pick in English, and we can see what parameters here we can pick. So remove small words. It means that all prepositions and like articles will be deleted, and only words size of 4 and more will be left. Okay, let's leave it that way. Minimum frequency of words. So we need that each word or word sequence were met in the text at least twice. This text is quite small. That's why the size of 2 is okay. When we analyze and know the very big, large amounts of textual data, of course, we need to increase this number, because in other way, everything will be super connected. So here is pointwise mutual correction. No click here. Length of n-grams, which means that one node could consist of 4 words. That is good when we analyze, for instance, collocations like network analysis. Yeah, so social network analysis. This will be like 1 node. Click and delematize. It means that all words will be normalized, and variations of these words will be deleted. Everything will be like made to the original version of the word. We can also click here, remove academic stop words, I guess, in order to delete some phrases like moreover, in the first place, at the second place, and so on. Yeah, and just press compute. So here that's a preview. And here we can download GXF file. Yeah. If you have not proceed with all steps, you can just find this file in the Yandex folder. It calls results. Yeah, and then go to Gephi, create new workspace, and open that file that we just computed. So results. I computed it several hours ago, so I think it will just work the same way. It's undirected, and yeah, we would like to append it to existing workspace because we already created a new workspace. Pressing OK. Going back to data laboratory, we see that from that text, the service that we used created for us this number of words. Yeah, and if we go to Overview tab, we can see how these words are connected. Yeah, we can show the labels with this T button. We can move something, or we can just choose the layout. I chose Force Atlas, but I need to make the repulsion strength a bit bigger, much bigger, even much bigger, more bigger. Yeah. So we can also, we already have in our data the counts term, which means how often these collocation or word were met in our text. So we can use these attributes to vary the sizes of our nodes, going to nodes sizes, ranking, choosing attributes, count terms. I increase the number here. We can make it even bigger, like that. Yeah, and we see, and I will change the color in order to read. properly each word. So yeah, we see that in the center of our description is network analysis, which also connects to social network analysis, which is not quite the same, but still we can go to data laboratory, pick social network analysis and network analysis, click on them, the right clicker of the mouse, and press merge nodes. So that social network analysis and network analysis will be just one node. Yeah. Here we have the loop, which we can delete with filter. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How did you make it look like, again, with the writings and how it is right now? Because mine is very plain and not showing.
You mean the layout where these nodes are placed, or?
I guess, yeah. I know it's like go to overview, but after that.
Okay. After that, I just chose the layout Force Atlas, and I by default the number of this number is quite small. I think it's 200, and I increase it to 2 million. So you just need to increase this number and press run, and it should place everything like that. Or you can just, as far as there is no so many words, you can just move them like you want them to be. Or just, yeah, use any layout and experiment with the numbers in its options.
Okay, and how did you make like circles and how big they are?
Circles, it's appearance nodes, and yeah, this is this for sizes. We have we already calculated the count terms because the tool gave us this data. Yeah, and here I just pick ranking, and from attributes I choose count terms, and just increase the numbers in order that they will be not small but bigger. And that's what I got. Yeah. So these are the most frequent words and how these words are connected from our description on the website.
Thank you.
Okay, so I will read the chat. Can we visualize temporary network data in Gephi? You mean dynamic data? Yes, you can. However, I cannot show you right now how to do it because I haven't worked with like temporary data by myself. But I think that you can find this information here. Like you have filters, and you can filter something. You have special statistics for dynamics. Yeah, and yeah, I cannot tell right now how to import this data and what format should this data have, but I'm sure you can find this in Facebook community or on in some manuals which Gephi has. Yeah, I think it could be found there, but yeah, it's possible to work with dynamic networks. Yeah, I hope that I answered your question. However, I cannot show you right now. Okay, so that was pretty much it. So if you have any other questions or anything, you can ask me now, or you can just write me later, find my email on the website or somewhere else. Come to our seminars. I will be happy to answer them and to help you. So I think I was quite the time.
Quite in time. Yes, exactly. Thank you very much, Tamara. Great. Thank you very much for this really nice experience of working with Gephi. I would say that I was also working at the same time with you, and I didn't open it for quite some time. And I really loved it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Nice. Thank you all for being here and for repeating my actions, because sometimes it happens that people just look and then try anything, and now you were able to combine listening and working. Thank you.
Okay, so Tamara, thank you once again.